This is the RACER H2O podcast.
It's time to drop that flag!
Go! Come on. Right here, go get him! Cut it tight. Stay on the tractor, baby! Bring it home!
And now here's your host.
Rewind battle for the lead, shoulder to shoulder, going into turn one. Rinse that boot around!
Jared Rosberg.
Yeah! What's up, troops? It's your old pal Jared. Welcome to the RACER H2O podcast. Man, is it great to be back. Took a little bit of time off from watercraft racing to get back to my roots. Out running around with our Dirt Vision, covering the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. But now it's time to get back along the water, fans. This weekend to Tavares, Florida, RACER H2O live stream will be taking the racing around the world on our YouTube channel, Facebook page. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, have all the action of the 2022 HydroDrags U.S. Nationals on Lake Dora, both Saturday and Sunday, all day long. If you subscribe to the channel, fans, you'll get an alert, you'll get an email, they'll let you know when we're starting. 4 classes of racing, fastest jet skis in the world will be on RACER H2O this weekend, and our guest this week coming up, the promoter of the event, Mikey Young from Surf and Turf Promotions. He'll be telling us all about it as we get ready for our first live stream race of the 2022 season on RACER H2O. So I see the red light blinking on the board here. He's waiting on the hotline. Mikey Young is our guest, and we come back to the podcast in just 15 seconds.
RacerH2O.com is the place to go to find easy-to-use links to our social media. Watch, read, listen to, and enjoy our content on demand for free on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and RacerH2O.com.
This is the RACER H2O podcast.
All right, fans, welcome back to the podcast. As we mentioned, this weekend, kicking the 2022 live stream season of RACER H2O. We kicked the season off in Florida, in Bradenton, Florida, with the Bradenton Area River Regatta, which is currently on 12 networks, 250 plus million households out there on television. But this weekend, we're going even bigger with the RACER H2O live stream of the 2022 HydroDrag U.S. Nationals in beautiful Tavares, Florida. And I told you about that blinking light on the dashboard, fans. He's on the hotline, the promoter of the event, my brother from another mother. Welcome to the show, Mikey Young. Mikey, what's going on?
Hey, Jared, how you doing, man? Well, I'll tell you what, we're excited down here in Tavares, Florida, as we get ready here for the HydroDrag U.S. Nationals, our first event of the season. This year, instead of 4 events, we decided to go with 2 events because it seems like the first one and the last one, which is the World Championships, are always the 2 biggest. So we're excited, man. We got a lot of new stuff, a lot of good things, a lot of new, media outlets for us. Besides our RACER H2O, we've got MVP Production, Manny Valdez, and his people are going to be there. And then we've got the Florida Ski Riders who are going to be filming a lifestyle piece as you're filming the racing as well.
Great to see all the media attention popping up at these events, Mikey. Let's talk about your event a little bit. I mean, these are hands down the fastest skis in the world. And fans, if you don't believe me, you can watch our live stream coverage from 2021 World Championships in Tavares. It's on demand for free on our YouTube channel. While you're there, make sure you click that subscribe button. But these are hands down, Mikey, these are the fastest skis in the world, right?
Oh, yeah. We've got world records in all the classes. And for those of you that don't know, in HydroDrag racing, we have 4 different classes. Stock class, which is basically boat that you buy out of the shop, and you can put some different handling parts. You can check all the rules at ijsva.com. But then we've also got the spec class, which is bolt-on performance, no internal engine work. And then we've got our super stock class. Those first 2 classes mentioned will be racing on Saturday. The next two classes will be racing on Sunday, and those are the fast classes, the super stock class, which you're allowed to do internal engine work, but you must have a stock OEM hull. And then we've got our unlimited class, which is you can use a carbon fiber hull. You can do internal engine work. You can put on the big turbos, the big superchargers, and you can run nitrous. And I tell you, man, that unlimited class is something to watch. And right now, the king of the unlimited class is Carlito Devalier from CRT Racing down there in Miami, and he is going to be back to defend his crown.
Yeah, Carlito down in Miami, where he likes to say he makes dreams happen. If you have a dream of being a world champion, that's the man you call to build you an unlimited ski. I mean, they are a dominant force. And, you know, this event, Mikey, is kind of unique in that, you know, a lot of the other, when we cover the drag boat racing for the Southern Drag Boat Association on our live stream, qualifying happens on Saturday and the finals happen on Sunday. Not uncommon in drag racing, but in your case, you have two basically separate events. You have two classes running for championships on Saturday and two classes running for championships on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We run the stock class, which Angelica Gonzalez has been very good. She's known as the Princess of HydroDrags. She's been pretty dominant in that stock class. And in the spec class, Jose Guaxiola, the last three events, has been on the top of the box in that class, the spec class. And like I say, both days are good to come. You know, I mean, if you're a beginner rider, you know, our beginners kind of come up through those stock and those spec classes, and they graduate to the Sundays, you know, and that's what makes this sport really neat. And you got some of the racers that will actually race all the events. They'll be in every class. And then you got a lot of different teams and sponsors that'll make the boat, and then they'll put their own jockey on the boat. They'll put their own rider on the boat, which is really cool. You know, I mean, to see everybody come together. You know, we started this event 15 years ago, and you know, we've had our ups and downs, but we have been going up and up the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's an event that's been growing. I've been there for several years now, and even at the last event in November of last year, again, that's available on demand on the RACER H2O YouTube channel. You know, it was a big crowd, a huge crowd, despite the fact that, unfortunately, coming from Pittsburgh, I brought cold weather with me. I don't think we topped 60 degrees all weekend in November last year. It didn't matter. Everybody showed up. It was huge. And when you get a crowd like that, Mikey, and again, fans, I'm speaking with Mikey Young, the promoter of the from Surf and Turf Promotions, promoter of the HydroDrags in Tavares, Florida. You know, Lake County, the county that is home to Tavares, they have to be taking note of this. I mean, you guys are bringing a ton of people in there, selling out hotels, restaurants are packed. I mean, this is big for Lake County, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, yeah, Lake County and the city of Tavares both support the event, and we couldn't do the event without them. Tavares does a lot of internal support, you know, I mean, in kind, with, you know, everything from porta-johns to police to fire, and that really helps out the event. Lake County, you know, they're all about turning heads and beds. And we average right around 300 room nights, and you know, you can do the math, and that's just from our racers. That's not the spectators that the racers are bringing in, because a lot of these folks are bringing in a lot of fans from their hometowns, which is outside of Lake County, and that's what Lake County and Tavares like to hear.
Well, and you mentioned in your comments before how this event continues to grow, and one of the ways, or you know, when events grow, they get more eyeballs, and when more eyeballs show up, more sponsors show up. And I got to tell you, I am incredibly impressed with the number of sponsors that have hopped on. Hopefully they watched our live stream coverage on YouTube and they're excited. I know they're going to be on the live stream, Mikey, but these events do not happen without sponsors. Let's talk about some of the people that stepped up this year.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you know, a big special thanks to Barbara over at HydroTurf. This is HydroTurf's 6th year of being the title sponsor here of the HydroDrags. Of course, our presenting sponsors, Lake County and the city of Tavares. I'm very happy to announce that my good buddy Bryce over at Yamaha has decided that they're going to be a presenting sponsor again this year after a 2-year hiatus. We've got a new presenting sponsor out of Indiana, Mohawk Pier and Lift. Definitely welcoming them in. Our official clothing this year is going to be Jet Tribe Racing. Tony Vo and his company going the distance for us. We've got a new sponsor here locally, Kraken Automotive, After Hours Mobile Mechanics. I mean, they're coming in from everywhere. Florida ski riders are in. Broward Motorsports, Sam Nemi and folks came in down there in Fort Lauderdale. Blosian is back. Of course, Monty at the OT Lounge will be providing the champagne showers for everybody. Dave Mamdis and Riva Racing. Of course, we're sanctioned by the IJSBA, the International Jet Sports Boating Association. Fish Camp Restaurant here on Lake Eustis. Of course,
Can't forget Fish Camp, Mikey. That's the home of the conference room where all the brain power happens.
That is the office. We call it the office. And there's actually a sign there that says the office. You can catch us there most weekdays with our computers out. Of course, we'd like to say a special thanks to Alex over Key West Resort, our host hotel, which has been sold out now for 2 months. I think they're right now one of the cheapest hotel rooms. I was calling around yesterday for a friend of mine. One of the cheapest hotel rooms that you could get in town was the Holiday Inn Express for $474 a night.
Wow.
So
well,
that's
it
why I
always
always
pays
say,
to book early.
Yeah, I always say make your reservations early. Of course, all this great footage that you're not only going to see online with RACERH2O.com can be found in print with Pro Rider Magazine. So we appreciate all of our sponsors for coming out and working with us this year as I wind down my career.
Well, you say you're winding down your career, Mikey, but whatever. I'm just going to say that because I look at your schedule, I look at my schedule, and it's insane how much we're working, even though you say, yeah, we're trying to turn things back a little bit, but the business just keeps coming and you can't turn it away. I tell all the fans that I'm on the road. If I'm not doing watercraft racing, I'm doing sprint car racing, or I'm doing late model racing with World of Outlaws. And, your schedule is about as bad as mine, man. Let's talk about your season coming up. Mikey Young, the announcer. I know you do a lot of work with our friends over at P1 Aquacross. What else you got going on this year other than your stuff there in Tavares?
Yeah, I got the P1 Aquacross. That'll be beginning here at the end of the month. We're going to be in Kissimmee. I believe we've got 6 races as we race to the Bahamas with P1. Then I've got the race director job down in the Cayman Islands. So I'll be heading to Grand Cayman 5 times and Cayman Brac, a little smaller one island, once this year. We've got also the U.S. Freestyle Championships, which will be held out in Lake Havasu, and there's going to be 2 of those this year. And of course, we got the World Finals, IJSBA Jet Ski World Finals out in Lake Havasu. So super stoked to be doing those events, and I'm sure that I've probably missed a couple. But if you want to see the events that I'm doing, go to surf and spelled out A-N-D turfpromotions.com, surfandturfpromotions.com, and you can just hit my schedule.
Well, and for everybody out there, that's Pekka in the background. She's saying good morning to everyone.
Yeah.
Wondering what Daddy's doing on the laptop so early in the morning today.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think she actually seen a squirrel. So.
Oh, that's it. It's on now. It's on.
Over.
Well, Mikey, we appreciate you taking the time. And again, fans, a reminder that Saturday and Sunday, be on the Racer H2O YouTube channel and or Facebook page. You'll be able to see our live stream coverage of all 4 classes, 2 classes on Saturday, 2 classes on Sunday, 4 championships being handed out for the HydroDrags U.S. Nationals in beautiful Tavares, Florida. Mikey Young has been our guest. Mikey, thank you so much for taking the time with me and the fans today, and we'll see you this weekend in Florida.
Fantastic, man. Safe travels. We'll see you here. And to everybody out there, you're all invited. Come on out.
We thank Mikey Young for being our guest. Fans, don't move. We've got more on the Racer H2O podcast, and we come back right after this.
Get up-to-the-minute watercraft racing news and fantastic bonus content by joining Racer H2O on social media.
Links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube pages are easy to find at RACERH2O.com.
You're listening to the Racer H2O podcast.
All right, troops, welcome back to the show. Once again, we thank Mikey Young for being our guest. Man, it's always a great time at Tavares, Florida, fans. So if you can make it to Tavares this weekend for the U.S. Nationals of the HydroDrags, do so. It's always a good time. And if you can't, hey, watch our live stream. It's free on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Can't stress enough, fans, please subscribe. Tell everybody you know. Tell some people you don't know. Subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Also, fans, I don't know what you're wearing right now. I can't see you. I know what you should be wearing, and that's Racer H2O gear. get our merch at RACERH2O.com. We've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Racer H2O merch is available at RacerH2O.com. Now, let's talk about upcoming in the 2022 season for Racer H2O fans. I'm kind of like a submarine. I come up, I do a podcast, and I go back down for a little bit because, man, we are busy. After Tavares, it's Easter weekend. Of course, we're going to have that weekend off. After that, for 3 straight weekends, I'm back on the dirt with Dirt Vision. And if you haven't subscribed to Dirt Vision, fans, I know this is all about watercraft racing, but racing's racing. We all love racing. Check out Dirt Vision, dirtvision.com. The World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series is where I do most of my work. I'll be working some late model races here coming up. But you got to check out Dirt Vision. I'm proud to be on their crew running camera for them. I'll be at Atomic Speedway in Ohio the 23rd and 24th. Then, World of Outlaws at Bristol Motor Speedway. I'll be the Turn 3 camera guy there. Weekend after that, I'll be heading to the place Tony Stewart made so famous as the new owner, or as the owner of the track, Eldora, in Ohio. And then back on the water the weekend right after that with round number 1 of Powerboat Nationals. Running of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series. That's May 14th and 15th. Weekend right after that, we're in Texas, May 21st and 22nd. And that takes us to Memorial Day. And fans, busy, busy, busy. But after the COVID shutdown, friends and neighbors, I'm telling you, I will not complain one bit. We enjoy it. We're out on the road, making it happen for dirt racing as well as watercraft racing. So, big schedule of events for 2022. You can check it out at RacerH2O.com, both our live streaming coverage and our national TV coverage. Branson and Guntersville will join Bradenton in our national television coverage. Check your local listings. Look at all the networks we have at RacerH2O.com. You see where you can see our show around the world, across America, everywhere. Ever have any questions, something you want us to talk about, somebody you want us to talk to, hit us up, RacerH2O.com, send us an email, hit us up on social media. Once again, thanks so much to Mikey Young for taking the time. Busy man with the race coming up this weekend, but he was gracious enough to take the time to talk with us today about the HydroDrags coming up in Tavares. So if I don't see you in Florida this weekend, fans, we'll see you next time. Appreciate you listening. I'm your old pal Jared. This has been the Racer H2O Podcast.